Hello y'all. Welcome to part 5 of my Kingdom of Ukraine Khrushchev path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Kaiserredux. In part 4 we took some land from Romania and also formed a faction with Poland, so that's nice. And right now we're almost done with the focus, taxes for the electrification. We're trying to recover from Black Monday, which was an economic crisis, which is still affecting us pretty badly, and the Fourth Balkan War has started between Serbia and its allies and Bulgaria. Now in the focus tree, we gotta wait for industrialization to be done. Okay, what do we do then? Let's maybe complete the language, solve the language issue. The Russian language is widespread in Ukraine and the native tongue of many of our citizens, but it has never been an official state language. If we grant Russian a formal role in the Ukrainian state, it will allow us to gain popularity among pro-Russian citizens and solve one of the divisive issues our nation faces. And that will take 35 days to be done. And on an unrelated topic, we have military access to the Cuban People's Republic for some reason. I don't know why. We just kind of do. They're in a war with the almighty Don Host. They're not winning. I just wanted to point that out, though. It's very odd. We have military access with them. They have military access with us. And what do we build? The United Mexican States has joined the Third International. Let's build some factories in Kiev. Do all that. And also, what else? Construction 2 is done. Yes, that's good. Wait, what am I need to make something else. I need to research something else. Excavation 2. Do that. How's Bulgaria doing in their war? I don't know. I imagine at least the land we got from Romania means they don't have to fight on as wide a front, so perhaps that will help their odds out there. But they are fighting 3 countries on 3 different fronts regardless, so it's a rough situation no matter what. It will get bad even more, especially if the Ottomans for some reason decide to get involved. They may want, say, what do they want? They could possibly want a piece of land. Oh, I think they got it already. They may have demanded it. Western Thrace, yeah, I think they may have done that. New dockyards. We have some new free dockyards, I mean. We got done building some ships. Yes, free dockyards. What do you build? Convoys and some cruisers are good for now. That'd be fantastic. Merge these ships together. Those fleets, good. And that is all done. What's the world tension at? 51%. Let's justify on Belarusian. I want that core territory. What's this about? Oh yeah, the language issue. Let me read this here. Nikita Khrushchev has joined the government as leader during one of the darkest periods in our nation's history since 1918. However, before solving the economic problems, it is imperative that Khrushchev respond to the burgeoning pro-Russian movement, which has had a malign impact on our electorate in industrial Ukraine. One method that could help neutralize their popularity is by addressing the language question, a domestic dilemma that has been lingering for years. The Russian language is used de facto by a substantial percentage of the population. However, its usage is expressly prohibited in state institutions. This has given rise to accusations that Russians are treated as second-class citizens. So let's decide to just make Russian the second official state language, cause one option is lose base stability with no real gain. The other one is gain base stability for no real loss. So let's just go with that. So now Russian will be the second official state language for Ukraine, and that crisis is solved. And how long will it take to justify on Belarus? 85 days. We'll be ready to go in early 1938. National Syndicalist protest. They are protesting the usage of the Russian language in administrative institutions. They claim that this measure won't help to unify our country, and that unopposed usage of the language will lead to the growth of the separatist organizations in southern and eastern Ukrainian. So millions of workers don't think so. I mean, minus 24% base stability versus plus 6% base stability. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing it for the base. I need base stability. I can just looking at the stats here, looking at the differences of the outcomes of the choices we can make. The first one gives us a lot of nice things, removes a negative national spirit, gives us base stability, and a new foreign minister. Meanwhile, the alternative just causes us to lose base stability and nothing else. So, sheerly from a player standpoint, the first option seems best, and that's what we go with. So Russian will remain the second official state language of Ukraine. And now, what do we build? What do we build? Build some stuff in Sevastopol, do all that, yes. Do that. And what do we do at this time? Let's go ahead and do adopt new infantry designs. That will take a few days, 42 days. That will give us a research bonus for infantry equipment. How is our equipment doing? Speaking of equipment, logistics. We need more artillery pieces still. That's okay. We'll just handle that somehow. Improve our artillery in some way, so we'll be ready to go soon. I may have to call upon Poland to help us in our war with Belarus. I'm sure they won't mind, but we may need that. And let me get a chief of staff. And the Cuban People's Republic got annexed by the almighty Don Host, it looks like. Let me get a school of mass combat. Do that. Yeah, we have 3 chief of staffs who specialize in the school of mass combat. And 3 of them in the school of maneuver. They all have the same bonuses. I think that's what it amounts to for the most part. Yeah, I think that's how that works there. Okay then, but that's just something we have in Ukraine. So adopt new infantry designs will be done soon. And let me get this guy a unit leader trait. Give him actually adaptable. Do that now. That is done. Get a unit leader trait to our field marshal. Give him offensive doctrine, organization first, and that will help us get a higher reinforce rate, which will be useful, no doubt. Get this division here to the front line. We may have about 24 divisions by the time the war begins with the Belarusians to our north, and we'll have to keep that in mind for the war. I don't know, I know we'll probably outnumber them. I just hope we can break through their defenses when the time comes. We heavily outnumber them. We have to be able to break through it. Have to. We have a planning bonus as well. I hope that will be enough. I really do. So adopt new infantry designs is done. Now start doing expand Kiev officer school, which will give us a highly daily command power multiplier or something, and give us more command power which we can use for operations and giving unit leader traits and all that stuff. How is Bulgaria faring? They got their country split in 2. That is not a good sign. The Romanians have 1/2. They've just split the country in 2, and their capital has fallen. Yeah, I think the Tsardom of Bulgaria, they're going to lose the war. They're going to lose the war, it looks like, unless anything drastically changes there. And Belarus, how many more days? How much world tension? 52. Oh, the electrification is complete. Good. So it says here, even though Germany refused to grant us loans, our government has finally been able to electrify virtually all the villages in central Ukraine through increased taxation, greatly improving the agricultural yields of our peasant farms. As a result of this and our previous measures, Ukraine has finally begun to recover from the crushing effects of Black Monday, and from this we get some base stability and a little bit of infrastructure in a few states. So how much longer till the war is to begin? 1 more month, basically. Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah, 18th of January 1938. It's nearly at the end of 1937 now. Sweden has joined the Reichspakt. That is the German faction, and that is something that has occurred. How is Bulgaria doing? I didn't have help from Albania. For whatever reason, Albania is sending volunteers to help the Bulgarians. I don't know if they're making a huge difference since they're fighting like 3 different nations, and countries can only send so many volunteers, but they are there. They definitely have a unit there at the very least. Now in the, what do we build? Build another civilian factory, do all that. I'm hoping to get a little bit of civilian factories from these states we will acquire from Belarus very soon, once we defeat them in the upcoming war. That is to happen in January 1938. So that is something to keep in mind. And they have a lot of cavalry. I mean, we have a lot of cavalry too, to be fair. I don't know. I may need Poland to help us out a little bit. That could be nice. Yes, I can invite Estonia and Latvia to the Syndicalist and Damarian for some reason. I could do it. Should I? I don't know. That could potentially drag us into wars we want nothing to do with. I say, I don't know. No, I'm not going to do it. Don't invite them to our faction. Could be a mistake to do that. They could get into a war with, say, Germany or one of their allies like Riga. Here, they may potentially... They're part of the Reichspakt. If they get into a war with Latvia, it will result in a war. If we invite Latvia to our faction, they get into a war with Riga, that will drag our allies into it. And we are vulnerable. Well, Poland's especially vulnerable to any potential Reichspakt attacks or invasions. Now in the focus tree, let's start doing taxes for the industrialization. Or no, just consolidate the reserve forces to get us a higher recruitable population factor. And we are now ready to fight Belarus. So let's do this. Charge in. We have the numbers, I'm hoping. Overwhelm them. You want to help us, Poland? This could be a good way to get military experience, maybe. Just get get more experience for your troops in general. I wish we outnumbered them more, but we don't. Ikhwan has a revolt in Arabia. They're revolting there against Jabal Shamar. And now Modified Officer Corps. What do I do? Bold attack. Do that, yes. That is done. We have more troops than they do. Flank around. Flank around. Flank them in the east. Flank them. Flank them. Flank them. Flank them. Flank them. Break through and flank them. We have like a few more divisions than they do, I'm pretty sure. So take advantage of that luxury, and move in and take some territory, please. You guys also have to help. You have to get to Minsk, the capital of Belarus. We have to reach that city and get that done. And pin this division down, please. Do it. Do that, do that, do that. Do it, do it, do it. Yes. Good, they're encircled. Try to engage them now in combat. Get to Minsk and take whatever cities we can. We are advancing successfully. Cut these units off. Hopefully, you don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Help out with the potential encirclement. Get it done. They're trying to escape. Yeah, they're running away. They're retreating. We are pushing onto Minsk now. They have one militia unit defending the capital of Belarus. And we've encircled a few divisions. 3 divisions in total have been encircled by Polish and Ukrainian forces. It's bad for Belarus here. Those units will be annihilated. So will this, say, 5th Infantry Division. I assume that's what it is, the 5th Infantry Division. So keep attacking here. Grab more cities. The faster we win this war, the better. A rapid victory is better than a slow one. So push here. There we go. Another division is encircled. I think Bulgaria lost their war, which is just... They were fighting 3 countries. That's not too surprising. Now... Keep pushing, though. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Don't stop advancing. I gotta make a new offensive line, however. I do have to do that. So do that now. Get these units to the front, please. Get ready to push forward. Destroy this encircled division. Do that. That's like 4 or 5 divisions that have been... Okay, they have capitulated. I accidentally opened the menu there, but it's fine. So they are done. Take all the states we want here. Fantastic. Move all of our divisions to the border we have with Galicia, Lodomeria, and prepare to fight them. Belarus has been annexed. There we go. Red Flood. That's a book event. It's about a book. The Fate of White Ruthenia. Make it into a puppet. Canada's going to fight the West Indies Union. Okay. The Georgian Socialist State wants to fight Azerbaijan. And now we have the Belarusian People's Republic as a puppet of Ukraine. So no national focus set. Let's now do entrenchment and fortification training. Actually, I need to go ahead and probably do something. Let me go ahead and do this. I need to go ahead and get claims on Galicia. It says here, well, cores on territory controlled by Galicia Lodomeria. It says Galicia is the last part of the Kievan Rus, which was under the control of the Poles and Germans for more than 600 years. However, we are now strong enough to liberate the Ukrainians from this so-called terrible, the focus says here, terrible oppression. So Galicia Lodomeria is a subject. They are part of the Dono Adriabon. They're part of the Austrian faction. So if we fight them, we will have to fight the Austrians and their allies. I'm hoping they could potentially be distracted. down the line when we do fight for, say, places like Tarnopol and Limburg, and I guess also just a lot of things in the eastern portion of Galicia Lodomeria. And that's just going to be a challenging war, no doubt. And I think now I'm going to end what is part 5 of my Kingdom of Ukraine Khrushchev Path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.